How do you have a genuine conversation in the DMs without being interrogating, without being pushy and salesy, and without being creepy? We talk about how you do that, slide into DMs, have a genuine conversation with your guys' leads and prospects, and then turn them into high-paying clients, all in this conversation right here. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. What's going on, Chris?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing well, man. I know it's funny. I was going to say right now, I was just laughing because we're setting up to like batch a podcast today. And this time we're doing it in the morning, just more energy. And it is Friday, guys. So happy Friday, by the way. But you're saying like, why did I get this tripod that you sent me to get and stuff? And like, you're like, why did I bring my iPad with me and stuff? I'm just laughing because I'm just like, man, just too many things to remember. But it's like, it's funny because regardless, we make it work. We get like resourceful and we have a setup and we use like props and stuff and we make it work.
I'm like, damn, man, like we have this tripod right here. It's super cheap, guys, like on Amazon. I don't know what it's called. I plug it, but then we have like, this other one, like a shorter tripod that Eric forgot, and it's on this big old box. Like there's 3 things stacked together, but whatever, man. You said, right? It makes the reel come out, and that's just all that matters, right?
Dude, it had nothing to do with like the price of it. Like I don't really care, It's just like I just don't remember. Like Chris always tells me all these things. I'm like, I can't remember everything.
So I always throw in the price, make it sound like it's a cheapskate, right?
Good Lord, guys.
All right, let's rock and
roll. All right, let's do this. So hopefully you guys are doing well out there. But today we're going to be doing another Q&AF series. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's question and answer format. And we've done a few of these last month. So we got a good response from that, from the listeners. Got some more great questions submitted as well too. So I mean, this is good, guys. Like keep firing away these questions, and we'll do more of these episodes. I mean, we're here to help and serve you guys and answer questions and give value. I mean, 13 plus years of experience in the game with like entrepreneurism and just life. I mean, I think we could give you guys a couple pointers here and there.
For sure, but we're still constant students and feeling like we're barely scratching the surface too, starting like ground zero, like that type of mindset. But yeah,
exactly.
This will be good.
Exactly. Okay, guys. So before we get into this Q&A series, just really quick, there is a fee to the show. It's not monetary. Again, just if you guys can just share this out, leave a rating and review, even share it on Instagram, Facebook, tag us. That's greatly appreciated. Again, we're showing up every day, every week. I mean, we're darn near 500 episodes in, so we're doing this for you guys. It's not about us, it's about you guys. So if you guys can just leave us a rating and review or share this out, that'd be great.
100%.
Yeah. And then again, if you guys want to submit your questions, just submit the questions to support@ChrisEricMartinez.com. Once again, support@ChrisEricMartinez.com, and then subject line podcast questions, and we'll get those taken care of. Okay, so let's jump into the first question, Chris. So it says, and we don't put anyone's names on this, just to be clear. Chris and Eric, I am in the early stages of going online as a coach. I'm struggling to know where to start and have fear and doubt on being my authentic self with my content and message. How do I solve these problems? Thank you.
I'll let you go ahead and dig into this first. Okay, I'm reading it again just to make sure. So I'm in the early stages of going online as a coach. I'm struggling to know where to start and have fear and doubt on being my authentic self with content and messaging. Okay, so, man, I wish I could draw this out. But basically, if you know iPad using now, right? If you look at the left side, right, it's kind of like the starting point, right? That's kind of like where you're starting. That's where you just have like the mindset of like, where do I start? I'm on the island by myself. There's fear, there's uncertainty, there's doubt, right? And then on the other right side, that's like the finish line, right? That's kind of like where you want to be, of like, you have certainty, you have conviction that like you are on the right path to building your business, becoming a coach. And with that, I think that evolves like your true authentic self, to be able to speak like who you are with your messaging and be like, this is who I am. I stick my flagpole in the ground. I'm unapologetic about my message, about my beliefs, about where I'm going as a coach, who I want to develop into, right? That's your transformation. But I think where it's hard, guys, is like in the middle of that, in the middle of that, there's no fancy way to put it, right? I mean, that's the work. That's the sets and reps, right? To be able to go through the unknown, to be able to get to that, finish line of knowing who you are, to be able to speak your message, be your authentic self, right? So I don't know, maybe you could speak on that with like an in-between with like the work that needs to be done.
Yeah, I agree with you. And when this person asks this question, like it's a great question because, I mean, there could be so many different answers, but again, we're gonna give you our answers. And to me, this speaks, like I'm hearing this person is dealing with some imposter syndrome. and comparison syndrome issues. So with that, I mean, it's tough because if you're really dealing with those two things, which we've dealt with those in the beginning, very transparent about that, you're gonna sit there and overthink like your content. You're gonna overthink of like, what do I have to say? Like look at what these other people were saying, because I constantly look at them and see how far they're at.
Yeah.
When you're comparing again your chapter 1 to their chapter 8, 9, 10, and you just can't do that. So I think you just have to be self-aware and identify those limiting beliefs and really just work on those things, right? Like, why am I comparing myself to this person that's like years ahead of me? Why do I want to be like this person? I don't want to use the same voice as this person. Like, I am my authentic self. Like, people like me for a reason. I have my own values. I have my own beliefs, so why not just stay true to those and speak those things? And the people that want to like hear me and gravitate towards me will do that.
Yeah. No, I think that's good, man. I just think in the middle part of that too, the work, guys, like there's two options. You guys can take the long cut or, the shortcut. And the shortcut isn't some like, get rich scheme overnight and it's like an easy path. Yeah. It's not, but the long cut is you literally doing everything the free route and thinking that you can do it yourself type of mindset, right? And that comes with like, the cost of pain, time, I would say money too, frustration. Yeah. And then the shortcut is basically hiring a mentor or a coach or being in a program, that has a system, a pathway that will get you, to that kind of finish line, being your authentic self, So, I always ask people, or I want you guys to think about this, like it is more expensive for you guys to go the free route. I know some of you can't grasp that, but it just going free is the more expensive route, in my opinion. The more and more I just get into this game, I think that going free is the more expensive route because you waste so much time, you waste so much, money. You really do waste more money, with it all. And then just the pain, the agony that comes with it, that frustration, the quitting mentality. I mean, that is way more expensive than you literally investing 5, 10K or more into like a program that'll give you certainty, give you conviction to be able to get you that finish line the right way.
I agree with you. So hopefully that answers your question on that. Again, we could always expand on that and just reach out, DM us, shoot us an email if that wasn't like what you were looking for. But it's a tough one to answer that, and like I'm just giving my honest perspective on that. Just where like I was, when I first started off. And I think we're all there where it's like there's fear and there's doubt, and we just don't know how to really use our authentic voice. But it's like the sooner you can understand that and just start using that and stay true to who you are, then I think that people will respect that. And just we all evolve. Like no one's perfect, and it's like everyone has different interests as they grow. So it's only suiting to like change certain perspectives in your voice at times too.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Okay. All right. Pregunta número 2. Question number 2. Chris and Eric, I work as an independent PT, personal trainer, and nutrition coach for a small gym, and I'm struggling to get local leads and leads from my online coaching. Any suggestions or ideas on what I can do locally to get more buzz and clientele? Thanks.
Okay. No, this is a good question. And I like this question too because...
All right, just give me 1 second. We'll get back to the training, okay? Now look, if you are looking to enhance your content, if you're looking to really build what we call a content machine, okay? We have this awesome worksheet for you. So just check out the link below and you guys can download this awesome worksheet where there's like 3 or 4 different type of like exercises in there. You guys can really roll out some brand new content for your guys' online audience, your guys' brand, and your offer, okay? Now back to the training.
It's suited for someone that's building a hybrid model, right? And this is a lot of the coaches that we work with in our program that are doing hybrid models of either a blend of in-person and then doing online as well too. So I would first ask this person, like, what are you doing, marketing wise? That's always like, the big thing too. Like it really peels back layers, but I mean, obviously we can't do that. But if this was me and I have and I'm working at like a brick and mortar gym and I have my online presence going too, right? Again, people think that just because you have an online coaching business, that you have to get clients from online, social media, right? And it's so far from the truth that there's hundreds of clients waiting for you in your guys' 3 to 5 mile radius, like 10 mile radius, 15, 30, it does not matter. Like there's people everywhere. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's probably easier to get those people into your online coaching program than it is on social media because you can't control an algorithm. You can control your time and going to meet people and shaking hands and winning them over.
And you accelerate that trust factor.
Exactly. So this is what I would do to the person that asked this question is, again, I would think outside the box. And there's two ways that we teach this in our program on how to do this with hustling outside of social media and dominating 3 to 5 mile radius. The first one is do a pop-up event. And again, it's hard to go into the ins and outs and the whole strategy of how to do this, but guys, there's so many local like startup businesses that are doing pop-ups right now, and they go to local businesses, they go to even high-end luxury apartment buildings, and they just ask and talk to the managers of the business or the apartments and say, hey, can I just do like a 2-hour, 3-hour, even 1-hour pop-up seminar / event and add value to your workers or add value to the residents that live here? So give some nutrition value, give some exercise value, host like a group training session, have some prizes, do some giveaways, make it fun and interacting, print out some stuff to give them education stuff with like your branding on it with the QR code to your link tree, right? So they remember you. So again, a pop-up one, obviously guys, there's way more strategy to this on how to do this, but there's no reason not to do a pop-up one. And talk a little bit about the apartment stuff, like how people can go around different apartments.
Yeah, an example like what we teach like in our accelerator program is like you can literally, get some door hangers made, like on Fiverr, I think get them on a Vistaprint, and there's some super cool designs you guys can do. Just like Google, door hanger examples. You guys will see some really cool ones. Like we saw one that Gold's Gym did. And it's like a weight, a dumbbell, right? And basically has a QR code on there, and it can just be on people's doors. But let's say you guys go to a luxury apartment, like usually those people are all in different kind of like careers and stuff like that, right? And some probably have discretionary income to be able to hire you, but man, like say there's 1,000 units there, you guys can literally go yourself and put them on those doors, or you can hire somebody on Craigslist or somebody like in school that will literally do it for $20 an hour.
Hire a high school kid, give him $20.
And incentivize them. If you get somebody to, contact you, you can give them $50 as a bonus, and this way it'll motivate them a little bit more to put more out, so there's no excuses, guys. That's just 2 great tactics that we just gave you guys to where you guys can get more attention. You guys can get possibly leads that are local and that can become online clients for a hybrid coaching model.
Exactly. Okay, that's more, but that's a great question. I love answering those questions with the hybrid and just having people really think outside the box. Say, hey, you don't have to just post content and bank on that. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the third and final question. So, Chris and Eric, I am new to the gosh, let me reread that. Chris and Eric, I am new to the coaching world and being an entrepreneur. What do you guys do to get yourself fired up every day and block out all the negativity in the world to stay focused? Thanks.
That's good. I like this. So your second cup of coffee right there? Seems hasn't kicked in yet.
It is my second.
Okay, good. All right. So I'll talk about what I do, and then I'm sure Eric has something different too. It all starts just my morning routine. Again, it's nothing too fancy or anything like that. What I do, I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I read the Bible for 15 minutes, right, just to get in the Word, and then the next 30 minutes, I'm literally studying something, whether it's business, marketing, sales, a book, an audio book, a video, whatever, just to, again, just sharpen my craft, learn new things so I can pass on to my students. After that, it's a quick 5-minute journal, and then after that, I stretch, and I'm usually listening to an audiobook or listening to a sermon, from a pastor, and then after that, I take the dogs for a walk, have my shake, boom, I'm ready to rock and roll. I'm at the computer at 7:30, it's 2 hours, and some people might be like, that's a lot of time, you know what I mean? But hey guys, I'm not sitting there expending a lot of energy, I'm literally priming my mindset, taking care of myself, because I know once the day gets going, I'm not gonna be able to do those things,
Right.
So that's how I block out all the negativity and literally kind of put my mindset into playing offense, not defense.
Yeah, that's great, man. And honestly, I would say my way to fire myself up and get myself in a positive mindset is very similar to yours, right? And what I do with my stretching session is I put on worship music. Okay. And it's in my room's dark when I'm doing this. And I feel like it's a moment for me to just again, connect with my mind, my body, my soul by really stretching it, getting it going for the morning and connecting with God. It really is. And then I have a conversation with myself too, words of affirmation. I take deep breaths, and these are 3 things that I tell myself every single morning that I already know it's going to happen, right? And I'm preparing myself, my mind, right, for anything that comes my way. There's 3 things in life, no matter what, that you guys are always going to have to deal with. And I challenge you guys to challenge me on this if you guys think I'm wrong. The first one is pain. The second one is uncertainty. And the third one is constant work. Okay? So pain, right? We're all going to suffer physical pain, mental pain, emotional pain, spiritual pain, relationship pain. It's always going to be there, guys. I don't care. No matter what. It might be the next day, it might be the next month, it might be a season. It's going to happen. Okay? The second thing is uncertainty. we all are sitting, we all have a little bit of uncertainty in our lives. Like if we all had it figured out, I think life would be different, right? And we all have to live with that unknown factor. That where we're going, the next move we're making, the next anticipation, the next relationship, the next business deal, the next client, like there's some unknown there. Yeah. There's some uncertainty. There's some uncertainty in the world going on. So we have to be okay with that and understand we can't control everything. And the third one is constant work. We are always going to have to put in the work, guys. Again, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, relationship-wise, business-wise, like it's not going anywhere. If you don't put in the work, it's like you're pretty much saying like, okay, F me, F everybody else. Like, you know, I'm not willing to sit there and get better and put myself out there and make this world a better place. I'm not willing to become a better business owner, a better partner, a better brother, whatever it is. So everything about life is constant work. So as long as I know those three things, then I'm good to go for the day. I'm fired up. Like I already know that I can't control so many things, but I can control a lot of things.
Yeah. Damn, that's good. I like those three things.
Yeah.
So I like how just like you do too is you stretch like in the dark, like to worship music. That's really good, man. Huh. Really good.
Yeah. So hopefully that helps. You know, hopefully that helps. But again, just dedicate the morning to, you know, priming your mind to be positive and focused. Like literally, that's the best advice I could give to
I think it's the best advice I can give too. If you guys have other ones too, I mean, love to hear it. You know, we're open books. We like to learn too. But I just think, man, it starts with that morning. It just really does. Like, how do you dominate that? How do you build that momentum?
Exactly.
You know, like I said, if anybody else knows different, happy to hear it. You know?
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys. Well, that's 3 questions. So great questions. And again, just keep them going, guys. Like send those on over to support@chrisericmartinez.com. Again, subject line podcast question. And again, there's no such thing as dumb questions. There really isn't. And we will try not to sit there and laugh when we read them. I'm just kidding. There's some dumb questions. Yeah. But appreciate you guys too. And then again, if you guys are struggling with any of these different things that we talked about like really utilizing your voice as a health and fitness coach, of how to sit there and do more in-person stuff with like pop-ups, like hustling outside of social media, then guys, take us up on a free 15-minute brainstorming call. You guys can book that in the show notes. Click the link there. Again, we'll hop on, ask some questions. It's a loose call, but again, we're here to help and serve you guys, so take advantage of that. Exactly. But other than that, guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Stay blessed, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
All right, I hope you got one nugget out of that whole entire Q&AF series right there. The next thing I want you to do, now that you can slide into the DMs and actually be genuine and have a conversation with somebody, watch this training right here, 6 new ways you guys can build a 6-figure health and fitness coaching business.